Hello, my name is Kenneth Paul. Welcome to my woodworking shop. It's a pleasure to have you here. Each week I try to produce at least one video showcasing a project or a technique from here in my shop. This week's project is a sculpted laminate chair. I'll show you the chair first and then I'll walk you through the techniques I used to build it. Alright, let's get to it. Okay, here is the sculpted chair. The chair is made out of one sheet of 1/2-inch plywood. What you're looking at here are the laminations of the plywood. Okay. Now, the construction of the chair. I made a set of patterns. What you end up doing is cutting out 96 separate pieces of 1/2-inch plywood. You should use a void-free plywood. I used Baltic birch, although you could use apple ply, would also be suitable for this particular project. And you would cut out, like say this would be the center, it goes all the way up and over. You would cut out 4 of these, and then 6 of these, 3 for each side. Then 6 of these, 3 for each side, 6 of these, 3 for each side, 6 of these, 3 for each side. You get the idea. And what I do is instead of trying to clamp up and glue the entire chair at once, which would be a very tricky glue up, I do it in sub-assemblies. I'll take the center pieces, glue all them together. Take 3 of these for each side, glue them together. 3 of these for each side, glue them together, then glue these 2 together, etc., building up in subsections and assembling. Now, when you go to clamp small pieces of plywood that have glue in between them, they tend to want to move when you put clamping force on them. To prevent that, the technique I use, you'll see right here, what I've done is I've driven 2 brads into this piece of plywood. What I do is I cut them off. And just leave a tiny bit of the brad sticking up. Then I apply my glue, and when you put the other piece of plywood on and put clamping pressure, it can't possibly move. Those 2 little brads have dug into the upper piece and it won't allow it to slide or shift. Whenever you're doing small glue ups, it's always a good idea to do this. If you're doing an irregular shape, a lot of times what I'll do is I'll just put a little sprinkling of beach sand in with the glue, and when the clamping force will also stop the small pieces from sliding. That also works. The tools used to sculpt a chair like this, I like Arbortech. This is their planer blade. You could also use a chainsaw wheel. Once it's all glued up, you'll do your rough shaping here, and then on a right angle grinder, a flexible sanding disc will do the rest of the rough out, and then you'll follow up with a orbital sander. you're just looking to get a flowing form. This chair has a standard 18-inch seat height, 18 inches from the seat to the floor. And it makes for an incredibly strong piece of furniture. It reminds me of the Danish furniture from the 60s. The original pattern on this was put out by the Arbortech company, oh God, years ago. I don't believe it's even available anymore. But it's not hard. Once you draw a profile, like if you were to draw the profile of the chair that you're looking to, just like this, if you were to just sketch that out, you could just subdivide your sketches into different patterns. Figure out the amount of pieces you need for the width you're looking for, and take it from there. All right. Oh, by the way, I used Type Bond Type 2 adhesive, and I finished this with a urethane that I scuffed back to a semi-gloss with a gray Scotch-Brite pad and wax. Okay, my name is Kenneth Paul. This is my woodworking shop, and if you like the projects that I present here, if you could, do me a favor and hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. Thank you kindly. You have yourself a good day. Bye-bye.